Thank you for joining us in our wellness chats. I want to thank all our subscribers and viewers for your support to our channel. We're very grateful that you like our content. So please continue to show us your support by liking, subscribing, and sharing our content. Today, my dear friend Kim Westlund is joining us to share a bit about the power of self assessment. Kim is a certified flourishing life coach and an amazing human. Kim, welcome to our wellness chats. I'm so excited to share this platform with you today. How are you?
Thank you, Anshu. Thank you for having me. I am doing great today.
Fantastic. I'm so excited to talk about self assessment today, Kim. And when we were talking a bit earlier on, you said that when we talk about self assessment, it's like taking a snapshot of your life and looking at it from a holistic perspective. And it's about slowing down and taking the time to assess different areas of your life. And I'm so excited to talk about that. So, to kick us off by telling us, what is self assessment?
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to start by saying we're all just such busy people these days. We all have a lot of complexity. We're coming out of a COVID situation. The more people I talk to, I just find that it's time to kind of take a breath. And that's kind of where I'm at in the people that I'm speaking to. Time to take a breath. People are dealing with so many things: stress, fear, anxiety. And I find with a self assessment tool, it's a great reason to just slow down and take a moment to realize what it is that may be causing the stress. So a self-assessment tool is meant to really assist us in this by diving into 10 different areas of your life that we can take a look at and maybe just get a snapshot of what may be happening, or what may be maybe multiple issues that may be coming up that maybe you're not even aware of, that are causing the stress. So those 10 areas that we tend to look at are beliefs. First one, belief system. Do your current beliefs really position you to be flourishing? Your mindset. How is your mind? Is it addressing? Is it reacting to a lot of stress and anxiety? And maybe you've caused a narrative to be playing in your head that
Mhm.
is not helping you but hurting you. Your body. What does self care, physical self care, look like? Your emotions and your emotional well being. That's a big one.
Mhm.
Your spirit. How are you doing spiritually? If you're a spirit person, spirit led person, that could be affecting you as well. Relationships, big one as well. I know many of us have experienced a lot of relational stress and anxiety, and especially in the past couple of years. Community is a big one. Finances are something that many people as well, I've been speaking to, are struggling in that area.
Mhm.
And maybe profession. There's a lot of transition happening in career right now, so maybe that's something that's causing some stress and anxiety. And then contribution. Actually,
Mhm.
contribution's a big one too. And when you're doing well and you're feeling well, you're able to contribute back to society, or to the community around us. And when we're not doing so well, we kind of tend to isolate. So that contribution piece is also really important. So we take a look at those 10 different areas, and we kind of just get a lay of the land, so to speak, and see where you're at, and see where the low points are.
Excellent. And I see that this is a real, you've taken a holistic approach because there's so many different things that you pull in from your own well-being to community to everything and how it makes us whole. But I picked up on something you said: flourishing. The ideal state is to that we want to get to is flourishing. Tell me a bit more about that.
Yeah, just in like the simplest of terms, I
Mhm.
use the word flourishing quite a bit. And what it means simply is to feel good and function well. And that might sound like super simple, but actually, there are not a large percentage of people that are actually functioning well and feeling good. So what does that mean? And they actually have a strong sense of meaning in life. So the goal is, that's where we want to get to. And what does that mean? What is the pathway to get there? So I also like to point out the opposite of flourishing is actually languishing.
Mm,
And what does languishing mean? It's just the opposite. It's not feeling well and not functioning well. Not feeling well and not functioning well. So you also are lacking that meaning and maybe feeling very hollow and very empty in life.
mhm,
And I know for many people that is showing up in ways that is not explainable. And I find sometimes without going through a thorough self-assessment, people are kind of chasing a Band-Aid solution, or they're chasing, just maybe what they feel is wrong, or they feel is not the solution that they're looking for. And
mm.
what I'm finding is sometimes it's more than one thing. It could be multiple things working together. It could be connected to, like I said before, a narrative that has been formed, just through life experiences. And that's what we want to do. We want to dig in and find out what is actually causing somebody to languish in their life and not feel good and function well in all of the different areas that I mentioned before, in those 10 different areas.
Excellent. So, Kim, I know as a life coach, this is something you do. I mean, this is right into your wheelhouse. This is an expertise you have. This is what you take your clients through. So, what happens after you take somebody through this self-assessment?
Yeah, I just want to say that there is an answer to whatever you're facing. So
Mhm,
I want to spread a message of hope today that sometimes we feel lost in life. We feel lost in our circumstances, and I want people to know that there is an answer and we just need to find it. So that is good news. But what I like to do is, once we kind of go through that self-assessment and we assess what areas are languishing, we go through, I mean, there's lots of different avenues to take, but generally speaking, what I like to do is go through a bit of a life compass with somebody. And we touch on all 4 points of a compass,
mhm,
which south would be past experiences and learnings that somebody has. East would be beginnings and victories that somebody has. West would be endings and adversities. So that one sometimes we unpack a little bit more, because those are sometimes defining some responses that we're having to things. And then of course north is future visions and goals. So again, we take the areas we've identified and we take a deeper dive into what is happening there, and maybe even digging into their life story a little bit more. And it's surprising what can come out in terms of just what's holding a person back. So we do all of that, and then we develop a growth plan. And all that really means is there's an action plan with some accountability. So that's where I come in. And I really love to say I partner with somebody, walking alongside them on this journey to really help them get to the next stage of flourishing, so that they can start experiencing life the way it was meant to be.
mhm, mhm. And I also caught on, Kim, thank you for that. I also caught on that you shared a few times about your narratives that we have formed in our head. Why is somebody's story so important, Kim? What have you found out so far?
Oh, I have found, and I've actually, this has been a passion of mine as of late, to really, really identify somebody's story and why it's important. It's a picture of us. It's our unique life experiences that we have had happen, that
Mhm,
only we can really relate to and talk about uniquely from our own perspective. Our story is made up of all of our experiences. It's made up of how we've chosen to translate what's
mhm,
happened to us. Our stories are our own, and not one person on this earth was made like somebody else. We are all genuinely unique, and our story is powerful. Our story actually has the power to affect somebody else's life. So I
mhm.
know I've talked to people who said, well, I don't know, I don't really have a story. And that's just simply not true. Every single person has a story. And I will say every single person's story is important. everyone. I know there's many that don't think they are, but they actually are, because like I said, you have the power to impact somebody else. And the reason I'm doing what I'm doing today is because I was impacted by somebody else's story. So for me, I absolutely see the power in a story. I love hearing story. It's really what connects us as human
Mhm.
beings. Our stories are incredibly powerful and cause that connection human to human. So, that's just a really quick look at why story is important, and why learning to tell your story and unpack your story is so important. But it's not just about you. It's about the world around you, and it's about even legacy. If we want to even take it that far, if you have children, if you have family, it's about the legacy that you are passing on as well. So, stories hugely, hugely important, and is something to definitely be looked at and addressed with each person.
Fantastic. That is so great. Thank you for sharing that with us, Kim. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for educating me. Thank you for educating our viewers. And I'd like to encourage everybody watching this segment out there to reach out to Kim. And she's doing amazing work. It's so important to allow ourselves to be able to connect back with our own selves, and to listen to a story, and be able to connect with our own selves in a very deep way. So thank you, Kim, once again for your time. And to all our viewers, thank you so much for watching us, and stay tuned for more episodes. I appreciate all of you. Thank you. Thank you, Kim.
Thank you for having me.